Boundaries, 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 boundaries. A common theme for me this year has been creating better boundaries between myself and the clinic, creating better boundaries between myself and patients, and creating better internal boundaries for myself. And honestly, it doesn't start with the outside and then in. It starts with the inside and then out. And part of this weight loss journey that I've been going through the past 6 to 8 weeks has been an internal boundary for myself where I had reached a health limit where I no longer wanted to tolerate it anymore. And when I made up my mind that I was going to lose the 10 pounds. I was going to double down on my nutrition. I was going to double down on working out and getting back to the health that I previously once was. It was an internal boundary that I was not going to cross. And when I reflect upon the last 2 years, where it all went awry is when I let those boundaries slip. I we are the best liars to ourselves. We lie to ourselves every single day and we make excuses for ourselves every single day. Every day I would make the excuse of, well, it was okay for that doctor or that particular doctor to say that disrespectful thing to me because that person was a high earner and patients really liked them. And so it was okay for me to get walked all over. But what I didn't realize at the time was those little things that happened were internal boundaries that I was letting go. I was losing self confidence, I was losing self respect. And when I look back on it, I don't really, I mean, it was, when I look back on it, it all comes from a place of fear. And that's where it came from, a place of fear, and it came from a place of scarcity. And when I accepted those little tiny stabs, I was allowing for my internal boundaries to be crossed. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it. I'm not saying that I'm even really good at it. It's just one step at a time. And right now, the one thing that I have seemingly control over is my own health. And taking that back has created more self confidence. It has created more happiness in my life. And it has allowed me to grow in different ways that I didn't imagine to grow into. So, for those of you who are struggling right now and you might feel like you're spiraling, I know it's easy for me to say this because I'm on the other side of it, but taking control over a small thing and really your self your self-care is honestly the easiest thing to control. No one is forcing a gun to your head to eat those chicken nuggets. No one is forcing you to eat pizza on the weekend, drink beer. You have a choice to make. And these you can start slow by saying, I'm just not going to I'm not just going to drink a soda today, or I'm only going to drink water. I think small actions that compound over days, weeks, months, years, decades. These are the things that you want to stack upon each other. And be self aware when you are letting it slip. Again, I'm not saying that I'm perfect, and there have been a day or two where I just didn't want to eat fucking regular ground turkey for lunch. Um, but for the most part, if you're like 95% there or 95% of the time, no one can judge you. So self control starts with just little decisions that you make every single day. Self confidence comes from little decisions that you make every day. You can do it.